Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Blessing and I put out 2 videos weekly breaking down nursing concepts, sharing the nursing tea, everything you need to know about nursing basically. So kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't forget, because you don't want to miss any of my videos. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of the most important things you should know in nursing school. How does blood flow through the heart? Ingrain this, write it down somewhere, your brain, your heart. You need to remember this for the entirety of nursing school. Okay, let's get into today's video. First, I'm going to have a blank image showing you, then I'm going to show you like a full image labeled and everything, but we'll label together and walk step by step through how to name it. Okay, one thing you want to do is you could take a screenshot of the blank image once you see it and practice this every day for a week. Trust me, you would know it, especially with the way I'm going to teach you. You would remember it. So let's get right into today's video. Okay guys, so we have our hearts here. There are two things I need you to write down somewhere. I'm going to write rats and lab. Remember these, okay? So this rat, the R is going to stand for right, okay? And then the T is going to, the A is going to stand for atrium, and the T is going to stand for tricuspid. And now for this lab, I should have done this in a different color, but the L is going to stand for left. This A is going to stand for atrium, and the B is going to stand for bicuspid. Right? Now let's move on to the drawing of our heart. So we have the heart here, and we know that if you are looking at it, staring at it here, this part is the right part, because guys, if this person was facing you, this side is going to be on the right part of the person, while this other side is going to be the person's left side. It's because you are staring at it on the paper. That's why it looks like it's the different sides. Okay, so let's get into it. You want to know that your right side it's usually painted blue because this is the deoxygenated side. So this part here, these two things are what we call the vena cava, right? So the part up here, this one, is called the superior vena cava. And this part down here is called inferior vena cava, which just makes sense because this part here is below, and something that is below is obviously inferior, and this part is above. Something that is above is obviously superior. Cool. So now that we've gotten the vena cavas out of the way, we move on to this box here. Okay, I'm going to make that blue because remember, this is deoxygenated blood coming in from the body. So the inferior vena cava is probably coming in from like the lower extremities, like, you know, down here, and this part is coming through the superior vena cava. This is deoxygenated blood. Okay, so now we go back to this part. I'm just going to make it red so you can see what I'm saying. So this is what we call the atrium. Okay, now we are on the right part of the body, so we call it the right atrium. Right? Cool. Now this lower part is called a ventricle. So ventricle. But guess what? We're on the right part of the body, so what do we call it? Right ventricle. Now, For the blood to pass through, I'm going to make this pink so you could see. For the blood to pass through this place, can you see this place here? Good. It's called a valve. This is the valve where the blood goes from the right atrium to the right ventricle. Now, what do we call the valve here, over here? Remember, I told you to write this down here. I said right atrium, tricuspid. Tricuspid is the valve for the right atrium. That's why I said remember rats. So let's come here to label this part. So what would we call that? Tricuspid valve. Perfect. Now, we know that the blood has gone through. I'm just going to erase all this so it's not so confusing for you, okay? We know that the blood now has gone from the right atrium, it went through the tricuspid valve, then into the right ventricle. Now, where does this blood go again? It goes through here into the pulmonary artery, okay? So this is what we call the pulmonary. Let me just draw out the line here. Pulmonary artery. Now, as we can see, there is another valve here. It passed through a valve. I'm going to make the valves pink. You can see here, this valve is the pulmonary valve. Okay, so it passes through the valve and into the pulmonary arteries. Okay, from the pulmonary arteries, it goes out to the lungs. Okay, so now we know that when it gets to the lungs, it becomes oxygenated. So that's where you now see your red blood for your oxygenated blood. Cool. Now from the lungs, the pulmonary veins, which are these ones from the lungs, bring back the blood, these two veins. So I'm just going to label them pulmonary veins. So guys, the main difference between the pulmonary arteries and the pulmonary veins, the pulmonary arteries take the oxygenated blood to the lungs, right? Now the pulmonary veins bring oxygenated blood, it brings it back here. Now, what is this side? As you can see, this part that I'm covering here, this part here, it looks very similar to this part here. And we know that this is the left part, which makes it kind of easy to label. So we know that this first place is what? It's the atrium. But what part of the body is this? It's the left atrium. This part is what? It's the ventricle. But what part of the body is this? The left ventricle. Now, per usual, we have our valve. Remember this first thing I told you to write here, LAB, which stands for left atrium bicuspid. One tricky thing about this part is it's called bicuspid or mitral valve. Okay, you could remember it as BM for baby mama. Baby mama. Okay, so bicuspid or mitral valve. So we'll come here and then we'll label this bicuspid valve. So let's do the flow of blood. So it comes from the pulmonary veins here, then it comes to the atrium, it goes through the bicuspid or mitral valve into the left ventricle. Okay, now from the left ventricle, this blood flows up, it flows here, then it comes to this new valve. Can you see the valve? I'm going to erase this so you could see the valve. So there is a valve here. What is this valve called? This is called the aortic valve. Okay, this is the aortic valve because the blood is going to flow through here and it's going to go to the aorta. Can you see the part I'm circling? This is what we call the aorta. And then from here, it just goes to the rest of the body. So obviously, what valve would lead to the aorta? It's the aortic valve. So this looks really scattered, but then I need you to go through the video step by step, write it down how I'm writing it. I hope you took a screenshot of the image from the onset. Now I'm going to put a picture to show you what it looks like from the pediatric heart specialists. Like, I just found the image online, to be honest. So I'm going to put a picture here so you could just work with it. And guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Walk through the image, the blank image. I hope you took a screenshot of the blank image. Walk through it step by step, the way I walk through it with you. Do this every day for 1 week, and trust me, it's gonna stick and nobody's gonna be able to take it off you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. Kindly like, comment, share with your friends, and yeah, we all need to do well in nursing school, and we are here to hold each other's hands to succeed in nursing school. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I will see you in my next video. Bye.